sales pitch.
The plane snuck up on us. Fenerbahce snuck up on Penta. Now we're going to see who on the bottom half of this bracket can sneak up on Fenerbahce and try to knock them into the bottom. The backs are against the wall. Who's going to work hard and take it all?
All right, it's time for us to allow our commentary team to do the rest of the work here. Take it away, boys, for game number 2.
Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem for TSM. Looks like they're pretty much safe. This is just about the perfect plane here for Fenerbahce to maybe unlock the Fibonacci sequence.
Yep, it's the equivalent of a verbal speed bump for us plebs.
I love the fact that Toffees was doing it yesterday, Rich was doing it yesterday as well a number of times.
Fair Bernard. Sure.
Obviously for me, you know, no problem. I'm a football man, and we got a. It's actually this is a further south circle, so this does throw into question a couple of options on Sosnovka. Would have thought most people are probably going to commit to the mainland. Almost feel that it will go back that way, similar circle to the last game, but definitely opens a number of choices for in-game leaders to maybe commit 1 or 2 players to the island, or just send one down there to keep a little compound safe.
This is going to be an interesting choice now. It's pretty much 50-50 between it shrinking to the military island. I think it is going to favor the northern side. Yeah. TSM did manage to grab those vehicles relatively easily around the shelter area, going to head over to prison and do their split strategy. So, I mean, Milta is going to be the feature, I think, here, with farm being clear, as they say in NA.
I brought this up yesterday. Obviously, we had 3 maps on Erangel yesterday. I brought it up with Rich. Obviously, teams like Alliance, you know, they've changed their drop strategy because they used to go on Sosnovka. That's where they go. Erangel, for some reason, have decided to go there. They don't ordinarily go there. Milta Power has been open this entire time, and nobody's gone that way. And I wonder why, because there's arguably much better, closer loot in them compounds in that area than there would be, say, for Alliance in this wide split Kameshki Stalba horrific loot area.
It's just safety. I think that when you're doing these wide-ranging northern areas, that you are expecting not to get caught in a loot rotation or just running from building to building. It's the same when you're trying to share Yasnaya, where you have to be very careful not to cross over to a certain part of town where potentially you'll get caught out, where we see OHM there. But I think it's just a matter of comfort. You don't want to want to be interrupted in your loot phase, because that's when you're weakest. And we saw this in Group B yesterday, where Milta Power was just completely clear the entire time. So
everyone respects phase so much.
Yeah, they don't want it sacred ground. Well, honestly, maybe they're just so used to it being occupied that it's just not there. But Milta Power, it stayed open the entire time. No one changed their strategy. We have a Suba going all the way to Zarki. And there's better options. I mean, even the Gaka split is kind of free.
I mean, even Primorsk is free in this lobby as well. Obviously, in Group B, you've got the Sauna Boys, but you know, formerly Havu, they've always been going there. But yeah, so Crew have decided to switch it up. By the way, they normally are Primorsk, but they've gone over to Novo. Plane path didn't really dictate it. They could certainly have gone Primorsk with that plane path, but Novo works for them. They're a team that are trying to maybe switch things up, get something working. It's paid off for them, because the circle's certainly gone this way. Penta are still on that widespread. The problem is, right, obviously we're looking at the circle. The guys are looting at the moment. The central pinpoint is basically the crossroads of the bridge. Yeah. So it really will make very interesting decisions. Wouldn't be too surprised to see Crew maybe sitting at the crossroads on the southern side of the bridge, or Vanguard just trying to find a place, or maybe looking for an option. Maybe a couple of teams even securing a boat or two, just in case it swings one way or the other.
The island circle is just haunting everybody in the lobby right now, with boats being an option. I mean, you could potentially go down to the south of Milta Power and try and find some boats down there, but we just don't know how. Like, this could shake out in hard shift, just the island completely out initially. But it looks like the Tornado Boys are going to have a crate drop nearly on top of them. And for Asuba, they're already starting their rotation back south early, and they're going to be taking a pretty dangerous route through the Yasnaya Bridge portion, where potentially either Gamers Legion, OHM, even Alliance might spot them. They might actually avoid the bridge entirely and go to the eastern seaboard and go all the way south.
Okay, so rotations are coming out. SDF, TSM, both looking to make the move. Gustav's going to be the early man for TSM. I'm guessing going to be a similar compound. It will be the exact same compound they went to before. It's the compound that the old Vitality always used to end up stopping in at, that slowly got caught out because this Team Secret used to camp it out for them. Great crate, absolutely delighted Camco will be with that one, Mark 14. Nobody's ever sad when you find that one, especially with all the, obviously, level 3s that come with it. There was an 8 times in there as well, so absolutely delighted to be running away from that one.
I think the reason no one goes Milta Power is because they know Fuzzface has touched everything and they don't want to get any of that cooties, you know? Can't be going in there.
It's the ginger beard.
Yeah.
It just spreads over everything. Good morning, Dave. If you happen to be watching, I don't doubt whether he is. It's still 10 a.m. I guess in mainland Europe at the moment.
Awake and shirtless streaming as per usual.
And by the way, anyone that is watching right now, thanks for joining us. Because
it's pretty damn early.
Because I know we're on the second game. We've been starting at 9 a.m. In mainland Europe, 8 a.m. if you're in the UK. So very early games. We're well aware that Group A is an early one. Welcome everybody if you're in Australia, because you guys are obviously at night time.
My biggest fan base, might I add.
Yeah, I get a lot of Australian
viewers. They love me out there.
They love you out there. It's the cynical Canadian. Nearly said it. Nearly said it.
Careful now. You don't want to upset an entire country of people.
Hey, I love Canada. Like I've only been there once, Vancouver and Whistler, and it was bloody amazing. Definitely would go back. TSM, there we go. You can see them. They've made that early rotate. Very quick, of course. The plane path suited them. They managed to get the quick early loots. They're going to be going for that same 2-2 split they did in the last game. I expect most teams to kind of go with similar setup as they did before. We can see the map, of course. You guys can see Penta. They're starting to consolidate. Looks like Farm's probably going to be the location again. Ooh. 7 trying to pass by. So Joker's actually early up, posting on the coastline for that shack. They do catch Greg out. Greg coming over from the Gatka side. Crew have decided to send it to the north side of the bridge. So they've gone for the crossroads, which is basically the exact center point. Sans Domicile trying to do similar. Senya, that was the one frag we saw on Greg. We've already seen it once, but that's from Senya's point of view. Avangard have decided to go for the southern side. I think they've noticed that Crew are already over. Buyaka, I think, is going to get caught out by them. I'm pretty sure we're going to see that in the kill feed in a second. There's an Nuktiv. Does manage to get some shots on. Yeah. Well, his team is over the north side of the bridge. So I guess they've already 2 have gone over. It's probably just like, oh, it's safe. And then suddenly realizing that Avangard have made the move and blocked the path.
Unfortunate for Crew, but that's the thing when you have like the scout strat, is where you send someone across the bridge, and then it could be 10 seconds, it could be 30 seconds,
safe,
and the next thing you know, someone closes in behind you because they've heard the vehicle come through, and the next guy gets smoked. So Uno is now trapped by himself in Novo, with Steph taking some more shots. I believe that's 7, who have they haven't really shown us much really with Mumino, who has a lot of experience, but after the Avangard stint, it's been kind of a downhill battle.
I think the bad rotation strategies of Avangard, former Avangard, have perhaps followed Mumino.
Yeah.
Along with it, maybe. He was the scout. He was often there. Crab caught out, so that's 2 down for 7 already. And in fairness, the frag they got, the kill they got from Jokers was a little harsh because, you know, Jokers happened to be on the coastline point already.
Right.
Not really a central point in any way, shape, or form.
Damn.
As Gamer Legion catch down set. That's a bit of revenge for the last game against Alpachinki there.
Yeah. That one was more clear, however, how much damage was being done. That was just a deletion right there. Not messing around with the motorcycles.
Isuba, they've gone a lot earlier to this eastern edge Milta compound. So Milta being a favorite point. Tornado looks like they're going to try and go to the same compound they were in last round as well. So a lot of teams looking at last game and thinking, yep, we got center, that compound worked, we know it. It's a safe point. As you guys can see, it really could go anyway. If it drops down to Sosnovka, we could be seeing a potential bloodbath. That's why Jokers are actually sitting on this coastline. They're sort of sitting, edging their bets. If he goes center, sure, we can just play edge. If it goes south, we need to be in a position to move fast.
TSM's got another good 2-2 split, similar to the one they had last game. Hopefully they're going to get a little bit of circle luck this time around. And that should benefit them. If it does go north, TSM should be in a really good shape because that means it'll continue to adjust out the island and the water, and they won't have to move too much. So this is another good setup, but it's, again, 100% weighted on whether or not the circle goes north or south. And everyone's centering up right now, and along that coastline is going to be very important. Again, I'm surprised to see nobody in the Milton Power South region, because if you think about it, if the circle does go south, they would have a great launching point to get off the island around that Milton Power area.
Kamka rolling it, caught right in front of Isuba. Yeah. I'd be very surprised if he gets out of this one.
Come on.
No, yeah, there we go. We expected a free kill, literally, right there.
Kamka's probably got the most personality of anyone I've ever met in PUBG so far, by the way. G2's out in the blue.
Yeah, and the playing path benefited them. So they've had 10 minutes looting in South George.
Yeah.
I feel that's a little too greedy. Coming out late. You think of the likes of Sans Domicile. There we go. Okay, so
that's a lot out.
I mean, it's actually a hard shift up to the north, but it does shift very close to similar territory. It could keep on going north. That you can see Potato Hill is in there, which actually looks like where Zuchtnam is thinking, let's get some of these compounds just south of Potato Hill, maybe, because everything like that's available. It does open space up for G2. Are going to swing around Pachinki, it seems, and Alliance making that east to west rotation.
Breaksco is in his vehicle, and I'm wondering where they want to go. I think they're going to try and grab farm and hold on to it, which is probably a smart move. They played this position last game. TSM is going to condense above them on the north side. You can see them already rejoining forces. So TSM is going to give up the split, the lateral split, and they're going to leave a compound empty, which I'm not sure I'm surprised about because it's so close to the edge, but I think they could have exerted a little bit more control for a little bit longer if they maintain that split on that western side, or the eastern side rather. But they do have the high ground, so they have a lot of vision there. It's a good compound to hold, so for TSM, they should be able to play this at least for a little while. The
problem with that compound, and actually it may get exploited, is that just to the north of it, there's this big ridge line, and Gamer Legion look like they're moving to it. I can see Bjorn's already there, he's scouted it. Mackendark's now joining him, Hamster's coming south. Probably going to see Timber joining him as well. Alliance nearby as well as OHM on the hill.
That's why holding that compound is so important. I think that second compound that TSM just gave up across the way, because that has line of sight to the ridge. So you can actually hold on to that compound from this position and shoot onto that side. So that basically gives the 2-2 split so much more strength. But they've decided to condense, and maybe that'll prevent any crashes happening on their compound, but they've left it for free. So
I'm very surprised. The players generally know the circles way better than I do, but I'm very surprised to see not a lot of movement to the center area right now. OHM have literally just been gifted a very free spot. They've just drove from the south, easy run.
Until someone wants
They came from almost the, I think it was the method dip or tempo dip, whatever you prefer to call it. And they've just come straight until anyone wants it. Straight down into the
Sorry, I'm glad someone was listening.
The cynical Moses has woken up. He's got his energy drink.
I'm drinking a Red Bull. I'm going crazy over here.
Now he's starting to kick in. G2, meanwhile, onto Potato Hill. Joker's been sat quite happily. Seven also gifted a relatively good position. And these are teams like Seven and OHM that absolutely need the points. Zuchtnam also gifted a very easy compound. These guys were coming in fairly late, but because it's a hard shift, I think most of the teams that kind of went central around the military area probably thought it's too risky to go further west now.
Well, the northern side is pretty free. I mean, G2 did come in late, but they came in essentially for free. Speaking of Zuchtnam, what is
Evil, I don't know where he's going.
He's not crashed, which is my initial concern. He's
on the run.
Oh, he's going to get a vehicle, maybe.
He's nicked a G2 vehicle. I think he's nicked Siphon's vehicle. He has, look, Siphon just spun around. He's just nicked Siphon's vehicle and he's off.
Oh, he's not going for the crate, is he?
No. He might be now, though.
Well, we'll check in with...
Well, G2 are going to light him up if he does.
He's going for the crate, the psychopath.
He's gone for the crate. Oh, my God.
I'm not sure if the observing team can hear us, but I would love to see what Zuchtnam is doing.
G2 are going straight towards him, so this is possibly a death move for Evil there. I hope it's a good crate.
You can't see it, but there's a lunatic out here. He stole a G2 vehicle and went up to the blue to get a crate.
He got an AUG for it, so he's got an AUG for it. But G2 are absolutely watching him, so we'll see. I'm pretty sure that's Siphon's Dacia he stole as well. We will see in a moment.
Jacked. See you later, nerds.
See whether he gets out of it and rejoins his team. G2 are watching him, but I think they're at a distance that he's going to get out safe. Yeah, he's gone.
Well, that's
GTA right there in PUBG.
Took his car stereo, got his duffel bag in the back with his gym clothes, everything he's...
Just took
I think I parked here. I think I left it here. I don't know where it went. think my car got towed.
I mean, of all things, I'm pretty sure he's Norwegian as well. So,
yeah.
you know, like they're renowned for being a fairly rich nation. So
I thought you were going to say they're renowned for being car thieves.
No, they're quite the opposite. Renowned for. But yeah, well, okay. Speaking of crates, OHM being gifted one. Straight down, actually kind of dropping near 7 as well, kind of between them, but OHM should be able to collect that one.
That was a pretty ballsy move. I mean, I got to say, G2, they allowed their vehicle to get stolen. A guy drove past them into the blue to get a crate and then drove away, and they're like, well, that's not very nice of you. I don't think that's not very sportsmanlike. And it's like, didn't even fire a shot. Like,
knowing some of the G2 accents, I'm not sure that's quite how they'd speak. So looking at the next circle, Phase 3 coming in, of course, we know Phase 4 is going to pull away from the water. It does give the likes of OHN their position very strong. Gamer Legion just sending it. I think they're going to find a great position here. There's one small house there. They are going to get lit up. But you think where the circle's going to shift, Circle 4 will give them a big advantage there.
There's a lot of dispersion. I mean, Mackendark's arriving a little bit late. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more. They might actually make it.
Dribbling in one by one.
I can't see what the ridge line looks like there, but it looks like they're not going to get punished too bad by Penta. So whatever, fair play by Gamers Legion.
Yeah, there's that farm hill. It's like a mound, right? It's not like a massive mound. But
Don't peek Maxi. Oh my god.
Compot fans Zupa, where is that? That's over on the edge. Okay, so all the teams that kind of committed to early Milta are having to move. Tornado, what are you doing? They're going straight past Penta. They're actually trying to crash mini farm.
Looks like they're
South
going to be
farm, yeah, X-Team.
somewhat successful. I don't know what TSM's going to do now. They're at the edge of the zone. And now there's no chance.
Not sure they know either. They're looking around, kind of just waiting. And maybe they're just going to play edge now. I guess.
There's not a lot of real estate because
Subaru are just sending it. What are they doing? Swarker, where are you going? Kajoran getting caught out. I don't even know what Subaru are doing. They were in the edge of Milta, and they've just kind of just blasted through the middle. Like, at this point, I think what TSM are doing is probably the right choice. Like,
just waiting.
We're not going to be center.
Yep.
We're going to have to play edge now. We've got to change our strategy. You can't just send it into mid in Phase 3-4.
Yeah, maybe they're waiting to see what kind of shakes out around farm and maybe rotate a little bit further to the north because there is a lot of space up there where G2 is.
Yeah.
And they can maintain the high ground. Alliance is actually coming behind them now.
They're going to come behind Alliance, TSM are. Maybe we'll catch them out. But Alpachinki, by the way, they kind of sent it in and crashed in the compound. That's in the bottom right corner is TSM pushing on Alliance, and it looks like it's only going to go one way here. They've caught Alliance completely off guard. Gustav and Rory coming in. Michael getting taken down there. T-Bone split off to the right as well. Gustav might get an angle on him in a moment. But that's really gone quite badly. Somehow Subaru have made it in. I don't know how. Tornado and Penta also exchanging fire in the area of farm here, the south area of farm. Very much the edge circle, of course, these two teams just clashed a moment ago. Not too surprising. Tornado are a Milta team, and Penta, of course, the farm-based team.
So now it's Avangar and Crew getting tangled up. Hopefully the mollies go better for Avangar this time around. As for Snoopy, he's on the high side. He's got a line. Looks like Crew is going to push out and around. This is a bold maneuver here from Crew.
TSM got lit up.
They're trading up there.
Yeah, the trading turtles got T-Bone down there. Gustav didn't get flushed. G2, I feel, again, drawn towards this fire at the moment. They're looking towards it as well. T-Bone down. Melman, meanwhile, gets knocked by Udir. That's, of course, over in the farm, back over here. So it's a three-way battles at the moment. It's OHM four-way, technically, because OHM and Alpachinki also exchanging blows. The Zukta Nam get involved. A lot of kills on the kill feed. There's multiple positions. TSM have flushed Alliance out, I believe.
With the help of
one member of
Legion.
Alliance goes down. There we go. Good night. Marman and Sigsy picked off by Timber.
16th place for
And that
Alliance.
is just about the worst result for a team that's chasing kills today. Isuba also very close to going down as well.
TSM's actually now got the benefit of a lot of space up north on the northeast side, so that should give them a little bit more time and space to move. G2's coming on the north as well. That northern side has got a lot of space with a lot of map control happening, but that farm area is still all on fire. Look at this.
Pushing.
Oh my God, surprise. There's a guy on the balcony, and it's Snoopy.
X-Team saves the day, takes down Chris, the big damage dealer. X-Team, one of the highest damage dealers for Tornado. The circle shifts. It's a relatively hard shift, and I was talking about OHM being gifted that compound. They have a large, but it's a huge area to defend like the way they are. I feel they need to be probably joining together. TSM continuing on their path across the northern ridge line in towards G2. Game and Legion sending it as well. Meanwhile, Avantgarde
Snoopy's
looking
owning
for
right
four
now.
frags.
Snoopy's owning. I mean, he's got Crew on the ropes. I don't know where the rest of the squad is. It looks like Asmer's there to help, but he's got 2 downs. He jumped outside to 1 inside. Now they've got Uno stuck up in a house, or in a room rather, and all they got to do is nade him out, and that's it. That's a really nice play by Avangard. That house take was really good. Liked it.
I'm half-hearted towards yes, it was good, but also it was cruel.
You've been hanging around me too long. You've been hanging around me too long.
I'm at the point where I'm sort of seeing, the cynicalness sort of coming through. But either way, 6E did get that knock on Gustav. This was TSM wiping out the rest of Alliance. Actually, they didn't wipe them out.
It was a fight.
Alliance kind of pulled away from it towards the end there, and then they made a last-ditch effort sort of run there. But it was a nice push from TSM. Yep. They're currently in a similar spot right now as well.
6E bailing on the motorcycle, I mean, that is the sign of just
panic.
They're not ready for prime time here as Alliance, because I mean they bomb center rather than finishing the team fight. You could maybe turn that around. We've seen 2v4s happen plenty of times, and instead they just crash the center and die. It's not the play.
TSM sending it. TSM sending it. They're going straight in. Well, it's OHM they're going to go towards, so they might be okay. They're going to get around the side. They do get into the ditch. No! Rory and Gustav go up in a ball of flames. They're down to 2, and they get in the shack.
Stuck. Turtle's trying to vault around. Man, that's...
Yeah, don't know where he was planning on going there, but either way, the Grows have found him. Wookie, you're on your own.
Okay.
I don't know why they did that.
Me neither.
They were in the northern edge of the circle. There was literally no reason to make that play. Unless they scouted it and felt something was free. Either way, Azran's found Kane down the southern coastline as he tries to make the rotation around Avangard, continuing just to slowly edge it. And that's exactly what you need to do right now. Just edge it, edge it, edge it. You're not going to get those compounds. You can't just send it. They got lucky with the last game where they sent it and got into farm, but that's because farm's huge. They just drove. They drove past Alpachinki, Gamer Legion, OHM, and well, 7 didn't have an angle on him. Brexico going. He's going to go straight into SDF, and Penta. Well, they're getting caught out now. Penta just trying to come out of farm, and they are going down in 13th place from chicken dinner to. I don't know, something bad. Either way. Kestora goes down. Swarker, the last man standing for Isuba. Some teams, last day, panic may be setting in. Avangard.
It's tense, man. It is tense out there.
Avangard is sending it now. Avangard are going for it. Max Iser and Azra. Snoopy just pulled up on their own. He's like, yeah, let's just play it edge. And then for some reason they've said, let's blast it. Right. I mean, these teams are safe, I guess, is probably the way they can do reckless plays, but I fear for teams that start to do reckless plays because that mindset sets in, and when we hit tomorrow and the lobby gets much more harder, that mindset's still there. And I think, well, it worked. It worked yesterday. Yeah. Let's do that. And
you don't want to limp in. We talked about this with Penta. I mean, they've obviously not have this round is not the one they wanted, but at the same time, you have to have that confidence. You can't just limp in.
Fenerbahce going down 12th place. SDF, Sezco hitting them all and wiping them out. Sans Domicile, that's a team that's got to be chasing. Continuing to creep in from the south. Avangard just outside the compounds, you can see off 7 as they came pressure on them. Swarker goes down, that's Isuba out in 11th place. The lower team's in trouble. That nade went straight through the bathroom window. I don't know if it caught him. It looked like a good nade though from Avangard. Wookie Bookie, by the way. While, you know, the rest of TSM did get in there, play for placement points, 10 teams down. There are teams dropping like flies at the moment. Both Zuktat Nam and G2 are looking for a big, deep southern swing. Zuktat Nam are safe at the moment. Wookie Bookie picked off. 10th place for TSM. That's not what they need when they're in a risky point spot.
I'm trying to understand the crash there. I think that if they come on the southern side and try and get away, but...
Why did he leave?
I don't know. Like the whole mentality there. I'd be interested to know what the motivation was to try and bomb that compound. OHM does have a pretty drastic split there. They're 1-1-1 all the way down south through that entire high-low compound, which you can get into because of the terrain, but it's very risky that late in the game, and G2 is getting hemmed in by Zoktan Nam on the northern side.
Yeah, they were trying to do. I'm not too sure Dacia plays for the way to go right now. We've seen teams already failing. Looks like they're going to take a swing around the western edge. Alf plays is on the move from Alpachinki. Just hearing these vehicles are going to follow him on. They're going to go straight into where TSM just went. Siphon pulls up. They already see the car there, but this is a better approach because they have the Defilade to help them out this time. In OHM, because they've got this wide spread, there's only one player that can shoot at them at the moment, whereas where TSM went, you can see on the other side's where all 4 guns could train on.
Nice breach.
Well, the nade working out, and that's the compound taken. And that's the danger of the spread that OHM are holding.
Yeah, that's just it. I mean, you get a foothold, now you don't really need to press it either. You can just take that little portion over on the north side and wait out the south and see what happens. You are crushing that T, by the way.
I nailed it. Nailed it. Boom.
More nades coming in. Oh, that's right on top of Edelweiss as he's going to go down to another nade. And this compound is now the focal point of the back half of this match.
How did Gamer Legion sneak in here alongside Avangard on 7? I didn't see the rotation move, but another good nade. Oh, that's another nade. Yeah, that's Edelweiss. Oh, I must have gone through the doorway.
There was a broomstick, probably.
Something like that blocking it. The splash damage effects. Bjorn heals himself up. Hamster's going to get revived, and now 4 members. They're still dangerous. 4 members in one sort of compound like this, a room, it can cause problems. OHM deciding to back away a little. Actually down to the 3 members. The circle goes that way. And I want to bring back to my original point. OHM and 7 were just gifted these compounds. They were completely open. G2 could have gone there. Zuktanam could have gone there. Anyone that was coming in from the western or north and southern edges, basically outside of Milta, could have got to this compound. It was just wide open.
And it's an interesting hold, too, because this is one of the more complicated
high-low. Snoop is pushing it. This is really big. Ooh. Gets around the side there. They got the knock. Gets one down. Bjorn, meanwhile, gets around the side there. Pushes in. Oh, gets picked off by Timber. But that's surely going to be Avangard. Asverin versus Timber. A one-on-one.
He's blocking the doorway. He's just going to flush instead of trying to press. He's got no nade, I guess, coming. But Timber did get the med off, so now it's going to be a 1v1 battle. He's holding the peak. Timber, he's going to peek it, and nice. He's going to get the reses, too, for Asverin. And that's a nice pickup for Avangard.
So Gaming Legion wiped out, 9th place for them. It's just 100 points is 9th, but there goes the rest of SDF. Sans Domicile picked off. The Jokers looking good once again. 6 frags and counting as they creep the way in. They sat edge, they've worked the way in slowly. This is how to do it. Zuktanam, meanwhile, are blasting it in. They still have a good position. Zuktanam, a team that are absolutely chasing points, along with 7 and OHM and G2, all in this lobby at the moment, still standing as Velen gets knocked, building to building. Oh no, they're actually moved down.
Is the focal point. We'll see if OHM can make something happen here. This is I think their opportunity to potentially secure a win. But G2's taken a lot of damage. But considering the field, I think their biggest threats are Avangard to the south as well as Jokers.
Jokers just pushed straight in behind Avangard. They've just gone in. That compound is getting so congested. I think Mumino is getting pressured out. He's going to get found out shortly. But Kemba's coming the back. Max Iser was trying to hold the outside. Mumino has actually been pushed downstairs into the shack. It's that little outhouse building that's around the back of the garage at the moment. D-Mash, that nade's going to find Snoopy. He's going to have to change rooms. Pops around the side. So 2 members of Avangard left as Jokers try and put the pressure on.
Comes another follow-up nade. Cooked a little longer this time. Snoopy's still out of harm's way as Alpachinki gets eliminated by Wacko on the edge of the zone. So G2, having made that foothold, is using it quite well. OHM still holding the split, and if they can make things happen here, that's going to be the issue, is that there's no reses coming, no trades available for OHM.
Avangard kind of pinned at the moment. OHM going to get the revive off. Velen has pushed right up on their building while Avangard try and find a home. You can see Mumino is in the outside shack, so he's safe at the moment. Zuktanam all congested behind the shack. Nash trying to light up that building. He's going to take that vehicle down. That could be big. If that blows up, and they're very close to it. Oh. Kutastic, hello?
I think he blew up the vehicle himself and maybe killed his teammate.
Oops. Nothing like a bit of team synergy. Generate that motivation. Circle shifts, and it goes pretty much to these buildings. Avangard, 7, Jokers, all very close to one another. Zuktanam are going to have to push around the side. Tab's holding the angle. You see, look at Tab around by the tree. Has the perfect angle on Zuktanam. He's the pivotal player that they need to take down, or they push up to the back side of OHM's compound. There's a big ridge line. They can get in there safe-ish if they can smoke it up. Just that little cross.
It's the north-south. I mean, it's the high-low of this compound, which makes it so interesting. I mean, you could really use the ridge line on either side. The houses are in play. G2 can maneuver fairly easily. It's a pretty cool little area.
Do they think there's somebody in that house? Still?
Clearly,
I guess they do. It's not. It has, but obviously we know they've already
cleared it out.
Cleared out and got away from there. Yeah. Okay. They're trying to breach it and look around now. Going to realize it is clear. They still need to move. It's not inside the compound. Zypher not. So that's actually Zukta Nam trying to make pressure on OHM and catch in G2 instead. Okay, here come the smokes.
This compound's got to sort itself out. I mean, between Mumino, Avangar, Jokers there as 4. It's looking pretty good for Jokers if they can clear out the remnants of Avangar and try and take control of that north or that south side, because they're basically center. But they're pressuring. Yeah, they're pressuring Zukta Nam, and so is OHM. Oh man. One at a time.
Yeah, I mean, right, you smoke it up, you move in the smoke. You don't think, let's get in the dash here that's already been peppered.
It's hard. It's hard to push with vehicles this late in the game, especially on a compound that's going to have at least, you know, there's 6 teams alive.
This is the move they should have done. As 3, one by one, get the smokes, keep going. That's a suicidal push at this stage to do that. And that's exactly worked for them. They're just going to get up there. They just need to keep their eyes on the windows. Meanwhile, these guys... And I got to be honest, actually, at phase 7, you're going to be so peed if you go down. You're like, sick? You kidding me? How is there 6 teams all in there thinking they're snakes? But it's not. It's actually multiple teams of 3 and 4 actually in and around here. Velen getting tagged out by Avangar now because they're also tightly congested. G2 will get himself revived up there though, so they're going to keep 4 alive, or are they not? Because Hasran just flushed him out.
Well, was it down? There was no flush there. He just died from the down state.
Was it the... Yeah, it was on the blue. The blue caught him.
Must have been something of that nature.
So phase 8 switches, and it goes to the compound on your screens right here. Avangar 7 and Jokers. It means OHM, G2, Zukta Nam all need to make the push over the road.
Mumino is actually rejoined Avangar. He's just wearing a different jersey right now as he's hanging out in their house. And Wacko... Oh, the pan almost saved him a little bit, but he's going to get nearly flushed as that's G2 losing a man. And he's going to bleed out relatively quickly. Steven there to try and protect. He's holding the edge. We'll see now if G2 can try and get this fight in their favor. But the res not going to be able to come, but they're just trying to protect it right now. They're going to...
Well, Fantastic's getting pushed. Yeah, they're going to get flushed around the side. This is a double push from OHM. I'm not sure I agree with that, but it didn't really work out for them. Snoop, his nade, gets 2 for 1. Fantastic, and just there. He's like,
Yeah, they were both down too, so that's just a snipe nade from Avangar, I think. Steven's going for the res on Zyphin, and Antidalt is going to hold the edge. So this is the last man, I believe, for OHM, as he's going to hold and just let his teammate die. But G2 will get the res. There's no res coming for OHM there, really. But,
I think that showed how disjointed OHM are, though. Like the fact that like one's pushing the back on G2, the other's pushing the other side on Zukta Nam. It's like take one fight at a time, guys. Don't try and push for 2.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, this is a pretty tough area to manage from sight lines and just movement because people can move all over the place. So for G2, they are staying in it. See if they can get the double peek going. Oh, the quick switch to the nade. That almost cost Steven. And it might... Rosa! Oh, surprise, G2. You're done.
Oh, and they're going to get caught in the back. Aiki managed to take him down. That's big for Zukta Nam, by the way. G2 6th place, OHM in 5th. And Zukta Nam have got themselves a top 4 place here. Aiki pretty much going to be the solo man and really nowhere else for him to go. He's pushed up against the wall. So it's all about this compounds. Jokers came in late to the fight, but they have 4 alive, 7 frags. Avangar have been prisoners effectively in this place. And Mumino, he's been in his shack the whole time. Untouched so far. You can see
I don't think he can get up
on the edge of the blue. The circle, of course, is going to be centered, and that central point is pretty much on Avangar's compound. I don't know. It's not, is it?
It's pretty hard to run up that ridge. Erki's going to like slide down
center
into the blue.
Jokers. Center point's Jokers, right?
Yeah, just on top of. I think he's dead. I don't know if he can get up, so I think it's kind of GG for Erki, but...
That nade's big! That was a big nade on Senya there, catching him around the side. Azran's going to flush it as well. Should follow through. We can't see because the player plays the pitcher blocked it, but Aiki does go down. So a 3rd place finish for Zukta Nam's going to net them a decent amount of points. Now, it's really a case of the Jokers who picked up 2 chicken dinners yesterday and a very strong finish to the 5 games, and 2 of them being on Erangel. Can they get their 3rd here? As Snoopy gets a peek around the side. Dimash gets a really good angle here, but he gets smashed back, but he gets away with his life and heals up, and that's big at this phase.
Pre-firing the smoke was almost costing him there as... Oh, that angle. Mumino comes out of the bathroom. Surprise, Mumino's still in this game. Asverin takes one. He's actually flushed instantly, and now it's just Snoopy alive as Mumino getting a bit of revenge on the former Avangar squad.
And they're going to be thinking, where the hell did he just come from?
Yeah, he just popped out of nowhere.
He's out the shack and away. Mumino, Snoopy, the 2 solo players. Joker's still with 4 alive, but 2 are downed at the moment as Snoopy flushes out Kemba. Tap now, I believe.
7.
And Dimash. Dimash is the other one. Dimash is getting the revive off as well.
This is an important game for 7 to try and get somewhere near the top 8, but Avangar and Jokers are basically just widening their lead. Avangar, regardless of how this ends, is looking really good now.
Well, they got 2nd place in the last matchup. This is a top 3 already, so another 300+ points added on top. They've got a bunch of kills. Snoopy's going to find Mumino, but it's Mumino that comes out top to lights. Not, it's because Senya caught him in the back there.
He's dead.
Mumino's just going to go into the blue, and it is the Jokers that will pick up their 3rd chicken dinner of the group. Solid performance overall. And you know what? They didn't send it. They didn't charge. They just came in, played edge, worked their way through from the south to the north. And it was all too easy for them, really. They kind of pushed through Sans Domicile without any problems. And then they just watched Avangar and 7 play out and moved in once it benefited them.
Nice snake play from Mumino. 1 kill. That was the end there. I mean, otherwise, not a great showing from 7. But it's 2nd place. They need that to try and increase their chances of cracking the top 8. Avangar just widens their lead with actually a lot of kills. They might even just jump over 7 to take that top spot, I should say, or the 2nd spot. Zoked and Nam played a good game. OHM, they had good compound control and they rode it. Otherwise, there was a couple of odd moments in that game. I think the TSM Alliance one is a little bit of a question mark. I know that Alliance chose to disengage and drive away. Maybe there's more to unpack there. I'd be interested to know their